Okay, so while I'm driving, I just thought I would record something that's been on my mind because my oldest daughter just informed me that the place where she works during the holiday season that's coming up makes them wear elf outfits. So she is quitting at the end of summer based on her conviction and the fact that that is totally wrong. Can't do that, can't promote the pagan holidays, so she's going to quit. So I'm really proud of her, and I just talked to Darlene this week, who works somewhere where they were going to have her start putting out Halloween stuff and selling pagan paraphernalia to people. And you can't do this when you're in covenant, when you're when you have promised to walk faithfully and be a lady of Teshuvah, or a person of Teshuvah for that matter. It doesn't matter how old you are, or if you're a guy or a girl, you promised him you don't mix stuff. So you can't say, well, this is work, and so therefore I can go ahead and participate in this. No, the blood will be on your own hands, kind of thing, if you know better. So I just want to encourage you to do life with conviction. Live the feast with conviction. You can't mix the two. You can't, just like I talk about in my Hanukkah teaching video, you cannot have Hanukkah and Christmas in the same room, because one is a celebration from freedom from the other. So Hanukkah is a celebration of freedom from pagan sun god worship, and Christmas is all about pagan sun god worship. So I just want to encourage you just quickly to go the distance, and it's going to be hard. You are going to lose, or you're going to surrender some stuff, and you may lay a job on the line, which my daughter and Darlene are going to be doing, or Darlene has done and my daughter is going to do, and I have done, and a lot of you probably have done this. But go out in faith and belief. Go out in belief, knowing that Papa will come through for you, and that He will take care of you. And then the faith is like fidelity. Faith is like action. So belief is like what you know in your head, and faith is your belief walked out. So if you don't actually do what you believe, then it's pointless to learn anything in your head. To have any doubt put in your head at all is pointless, because the whole point of learning things is to act it out and to do it, not to continue in sin, right? So as somebody who is a kingdom person who understands the truth of what's really important, which is huge. I really believe that repentance, the rubber of repentance, hits the road with these feasts. So if you really believe this, you're going to give up jobs, you're going to give up family invitations to come and join them in their pagan celebrations. You're not going to do that anymore. So I know that it's going to be difficult. I know that it's going to require a lot, but Yahshua knew that. It's going to be hard, but it's also going to be good. It's going to be good, because what does Yahshua say? He says his reward comes with him, right? And we want that reward. We don't need the reward of, a check from a pagan company that will get us just a little bit further ahead in life. We want the final reward. We want to do it well now, to show and to prove ourselves now, to prove that we are sold out 100% to Yahovah's kingdom, and that we will stand for absolutely no mixing between pagan stuff and Papa stuff. So what does it mean to be set apart? The word holy is the word kodesh in Hebrew. It means to be set apart, or set something apart. So what you want to do is learn to set something apart. And he uses that when he's talking about his people in general. He's using it when he talks about the feast days and stuff like that. We're going to teach our children the difference between the profane and the sacred, between the holy and the unholy. So one way to do that, and something I just want to encourage you on, is to actually learn to set stuff apart. So now I gotta shift. Okay. Nothing like driving with Rebekah, huh? It's a little scary. Yeah. You want to set something apart, which means that you want to make it different than all the other days, different than all the other things that you do throughout your life. So you're going to set it apart. So like on Shabbat, you set Shabbat apart by, doing something very special on Friday evening as the sun is setting, so that your family knows that it is now time for Shabbat. And then you set it, you bookend it. So you have the bookend of for us, it's a really nice, beautiful dinner with all the fineries, and we get dressed up and everything. On the other end, we do a little Havdalah. Now that Havdalah has definitely morphed and changed throughout the course of how old my kids have gotten. So now we're in the stage of it changing now. But it's the idea of setting something apart. So that's what I'm driving at. So like with a new moon, it's very simple what we do. Like I said in one of my videos recently, it's very simple what we do, because normally it comes at the end of a work day, and so we're really tired by then. But we do something special, something that we don't do any other time really, which is pretty much go out to eat. We don't spend money going out to eat. We're very frugal with that. I'm organic girl to the max, so to go out to just a restaurant and get something to eat is a very special treat. We dress up and we go into town, like I said in the video, and when we go into the restaurants or whatnot, then the waitresses and stuff, we will tell them why we're there. We're celebrating a new moon. They'll be like, what's that? So it opens up a great conversation. But the idea of setting apart. So if you go out to eat all the time, then going out to eat for the new moon is not really going to be a good option for you. But do something different, and then do it consistently, so that your kids and stuff know what to look for, and you know what to look forward to. So I think that's kind of what I just wanted to chat just for a second about, was set apart. What does that mean, being set apart? So what does it mean to be made holy? How to set it apart. So as you're looking at the idea of being set apart yourself, how Yahovah basically wanted Israel to learn how to be set apart. I mean, he was setting Israel apart. So Israel is Yahovah's set apart people, right? So as a set apart person, nation and person, you cannot partake in any of the pagan stuff coming up. I mean, you've got Halloween, and then it's just this huge waterfall of stuff. So Israel is a set apart people. Papa said so. Papa wanted Israel to learn his ways, and therefore they would be set apart. They would be kadosh. They'd be holy, right? So as we learn, as we're part of Israel, learning how to be part of Israel, and we're coming into covenant with him, then we need to understand how important this is, to understand how to apply the idea of being set apart. So I think that hands down, being set apart is really found in these feasts, because it flies in the face of pagan feasts. Because I mean, just look at this. If you work in any store and you have to put out pagan stuff, I mean, you need to really look at what your hands are doing, people. And you need to get a clue, and you need to say, if I am his set apart people, then I cannot touch the pagan stuff. So you've got you got Halloween coming up, then Thanksgiving, then Christmas, then New Year's, then Valentine's Day, then St. Patrick's Day, then Easter. I mean, it's just one thing after another for the next, as soon as the fall hits, it's one thing after another. And if you are participating in actually putting out the pagan paraphernalia to sell to people, how can you stand in front of Yahovah and stand before Papa, and you are going to be judged. By what you do. Remember, Yahshua said he's going to give he's going to bring his reward to give every man according to what he has done. Well, look at what your hands are doing, people. Okay? This is serious. This is a big deal. This is where your repentance is going to be seen the most, is in these days, in these feast days. Because a feast day is all about a celebration of, that you're making a celebration. You're making a sacrifice to a God is what you're doing. And you really need to look at what God is behind the celebrations that you partake in. It's not about what you think it is. It's about who created it and who is demanding that you pay your respects to them at that feast time and do what they're telling you to do during that feast time. So here's Yahovah saying, I want you to celebrate these feasts, and I want you to do this for them and all this stuff. And then you have on the other side, you have all this pagan stuff that we grew up with, that we've inherited, all these lies and stuff. But as you find out where they come from, man, you should turn. You should turn, run, have a big bonfire and burn everything. You shouldn't be finding yourself selling this crap to people. Okay? So in the end, just remember, look at your hands and look at what they're doing, and give it to Papa and say, I'm done. If you really want to be a kingdom person, this is where the rubber of repentance hits the road. This is where the cost is going to be high. Not only in this, I know that you're going to lose family as well, and you're going to lose friends, because you're not going to show up at the feast days to placate them and play their game, because you know better. So you're gonna have to surrender a whole lot, of course. But do look at this, and I was very impressed. I'm very, very impressed with Darlene. I'm very impressed with my daughter and everybody else who I have known in the past who have given up stuff. My husband has given up Christmas bonuses because it's given in the name of Christmas. And what does it say in the scriptures? Do not eat anything that has been offered to an idol. Okay, so you know what that is, ouch. So you know what that is. It's like, you can tell the Christmas candy, you can tell the Easter candy, you can tell, when something's given in the name of that feast or that God, don't touch it. Just don't touch it, people. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Papa's ways is so much better. Papa will make it right. Papa says, Yeshua said 100 times, you're going to get 100 times that. The reward is 100-fold. I'm waiting I want that so bad. I'm not going to throw away, my pearls to swine. I'm not going to throw away my chance at that for some stupid thing down here that only lasts temporary. So I hope you join me in that. I really do. If you are participating in any way by producing or selling, marketing, making, creating any of this pagan paraphernalia that is sold during the pagan feast days, just look at what your hands are doing and knock it off. Okay? Just stop. For heaven's sakes. Okay, so just remember, all you have to do is do what Yeshua would do. Would Yeshua do what you're doing? That is the test. Would Yeshua do what you're doing? Do what he would do. And you're good, and you're golden. And put your hands to do something for the kingdom of Yahovah. And spend your life, spend your energy, spend your time, spend your talents and your gifts, your creativity, spend all of that on his things. Remember what Yeshua said, and it's recorded in Matthew. He says, we worry about what we're going to eat, what we're going to drink, and where we're going to live, and what all that stuff. He says, don't worry about those things. Just seek first his kingdom and his right doings, his righteousness, and then all these things will be added to you. There's the formula. You need things. You need clothes, you need food, you need shelter, you need all that stuff, gas in your tank and all that stuff. He says, I know you need those. Papa in heaven knows you need those things. So what you do is you seek first his kingdom, you work for him, and then he will provide. Now he's not going to provide mansions and stuff like that. And sometimes it's going to be just manna, and hopefully at some point, you'll feel prosperous, but But no matter what he chooses to bless you with, or how much, he will provide if you do what he's asking you to do. So be faithful. So first you're going to learn some new stuff. You're going to undo some old stuff, and you're going to change your beliefs, and then you're going to walk your beliefs out in faith, as in fidelity. You're going to actually do what you believe. So otherwise there's no point in learning anything, right? So just do what Yahshua would do. Your Rabbi Yahshua. You have only one rabbi. That's Yahshua. Just do what he would do, and you'll be golden. Okay?